Well, hello there, sports fans. Welcome back to the channel. Where has Wayne been? Well, in the last video, I rode Beartooth Pass, and what an incredible road that was. Just stunning. I ended up in Red Lodge, Montana that night, and then the last 2 days have just been slogging it on the highways and the roads. I went from Red Lodge down to Buffalo, Wyoming, spent the night there last night, and then today I went from Buffalo, Wyoming to Deadwood, South Dakota. Before I get to Deadwood, South Dakota, I did stop along the way and see the Devil's Tower. This is something that I've wanted to see for a very long time and just never was able to do it. It was on my way today, so I stopped and got some nice shots of Devil's Tower. Just a quick history lesson on that tower. There's a lot of theories on how it was formed. The most common theory is wind and water erosion. They say that about 50 million years ago it was formed, but at that point it was 1 to 2 miles underneath the Earth's surface. And then about 10 to 15 million years ago, water and wind erosion formed Devil's Tower. Anyway, it was a spectacular sight to see. I'm really glad I did it. And so here I am today. I am in Deadwood, South Dakota, staying at a nice little motel here called the Gold Country Inn. You might be able to see it over there. That's downtown Deadwood over there. So why am I in Deadwood, South Dakota? Well, there's two reasons. One, there's a couple of fantastic motorcycle roads here in South Dakota that I want to ride. And one of them is called Spearfish Canyon, which I'm going to ride tomorrow. It's not too far from here. But the other reason I wanted to come to Deadwood is it was one of my favorite TV shows. And there's this old historical downtown, and we'll take a tour through there a little bit later. But I've got a couple of nights here. Going to ride Spearfish Canyon tomorrow morning. We'll get the video camera back out and record that. And that's it for now. Let's maybe go explore some of Deadwood. So this is the Franklin Hotel, established in 1903, way after, I think, Calamity Jane's days. I don't remember exactly when Calamity Jane was around, but there's a statue of our girl with her bottle of liquor in hand. And this is Saloon number 10, which the sign says was established in 1876. Which, according to the sign I just read, is when Deadwood was really formed as a town. That's when people started to come in here and create this western town. We're going to cross the street and go to the stockade. I don't know if you remember from the show, but they used to put people in the stockade all the time. I don't know if this is original or not, probably not, but still pretty cool. So here is the famous Bullock Hotel. Now, this hotel actually was built in 1895. If you think back to the show Deadwood, Bullock ran a hotel and a boarding house, and he really controlled the town. At one point, he became a sheriff, but most of the time he was a proprietor, a hotel, and pretty much a con man. So that's cool. All right, good morning, sports fans. I am leaving Deadwood, South Dakota. Before I get into what it is I'm going to do today, just wanted to give you an update on my 2-night stay here in Deadwood. I originally planned on coming to see Deadwood because I loved the TV show Deadwood, and I thought coming to this old historic gold mining town with lots of history would be kind of fun. I was a bit disappointed. So think about Niagara Falls or Branson, Missouri. These are towns that are tourist traps, right? They're just full of chain restaurants and tacky tourist shops, and so that's what this is. There's tons of casinos masquerading as restaurants. What is this guy going to do? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, okay. Masquerading as restaurants, there are the tacky tourist shops, there's all of those things. And I was rather disappointed. Now, there were some really cool historical facts. There are markers where Wild Bill Hickok was shot in 1876 and where they captured his shooter about 100 feet up the street in 1876. There's, of course, Calamity Jane with her, you know, ever-present bottle of whiskey. And then there's Seth Bullock's hotel, the famous proprietor, con man, all of that. And I did take a walk up the hill to Boot Hill Cemetery, now called something else, I forget. You know, I saw the graves there of Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane and Seth Bullock, so that was kind of cool. And I saw some bighorn sheep while I was up there. Anyway, I'm glad I came. I probably won't be back. Just not the kind of touristy place I'm looking for. All right, so what are we going to do today? Well, yesterday I had a day off yesterday, and I was planning on riding Spirit.